The new NBA play-in tournament schedule is out. Who are the Spurs playing? Can they sweep? We'll find out.
You are Locked On Spurs, your daily San Antonio Spurs podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey, this is Chris Sabat, and you're listening to Locked On Spurs with Jeff Garcia.
Welcome back to Locked On Spurs right here on the Locked On NBA Network. I'm your host, Jeff Garcia, Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Glad to have you back. Yes, I am in full off-season mode here. And before y'all jump on my case, this is a T-Wolves gaming sweater. The Spurs are not in the NBA 2K League, so I can get away with it, okay? But I am wearing my Spurs hat, so there's that. But I'm glad to have you back. We are part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day, available on YouTube and so many other platforms, also on the Ken's 5 Plus app. And what are we talking about today? The NBA has released the new in-season tournament, and your Spurs have 4 games. We'll see if they can make some history and win the first ever title. We're going to be looking at those games. Are they on national TV? What's that? Huh? Yeah, a word we haven't heard from the Spurs in a long time. And also, Payne maybe got off on the wrong foot with Spurs fans. Wait till you hear what he had to say right here on Locked On Spurs. But new beginnings. The old chapter is closed. Hall of Fame is over. All 3 of the big 3 are in. Robinson's obviously has been in there, and now Pop is gone there. That's pretty much all, but all she wrote for the Spurs pass, and now they move forward. And moving forward means new things, and new things meaning like the play-in tournament. Now, sure, there's Spurs fans that are already on social media saying, what is this, a consolation prize, a participation badge in the season? But hey, look, for a young Spurs team, this could be good for them. If they go out and they win it or have a respectable performance, I think it'd be good for their confidence. Look, it's the first one ever the NBA is doing. More on that later. Maybe a reason why I'm wearing this sweater. You'll find out in a bit. And also, I think it'll be good for them. It'll give this young team something to play for in the middle of the season. Maybe when they hit that wall. Maybe when the playoff position could be a factor, or maybe they just need a little extra boost to get them into the play-in tournament. It's just so many things that could be positive for this young team playing in the new in-season tournament. And it's a very complicated thing. You just want to go to kens5.com/Spurs right now. Richard Jefferson, there's a video of him. He explains it all. But we're going to try to avoid all that. Hopefully our guest knows how this operates. All you know is mini tournament within for a lot of money. Whoever wins, yay. That's basically it. But hopefully your Spurs can have a respectable play at the in-season tournament. So we got to bring him on. He is our guest. He is my colleague at kens5.com. He is Casey Viera.
There I am.
Casey, don't give me too much. Don't give me too much crap because I'm wearing a Minnesota team jersey.
No, well, you know what? It's like you're wearing that. It's like you're wearing a hat for your favorite basketball team.
Yeah,
and you're wearing a hoodie for your favorite football team.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
But then if the Spurs get a team and you're doing that, I mean,
yeah, that's no. So I give me a pass, everybody. Casey gave me a pass. Give me a pass. Make sure to follow Casey on Twitter at Casey_Viera. Let him know he knows how to read my text without letting me know that he didn't read them. That's a funny story. Well, maybe I'll bring it up later. Hey, Jeff, let's talk about the in-season tournament.
Yeah, you're like, you text me.
And the thing about it, Casey, is you agreed.
Well, I was at work and I saw Kill the Harden talk, and I'm like, okay. But I didn't see the second half of the text, which was kill the Harden talk and talk about the in-season tournament. I was just like, all right, fine. We're not talking about Harden. No, half the time we don't stay on topic anyways.
That is true.
Yeah. So then I text you 3 hours later. Yeah. Hey, the schedule's coming out. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Dude, I literally just said that.
That is Casey Viera for you. He's a man of attention.
At least we're on the same page now, and that's all that matters.
He's a man of attention. Yes, he is on the sports desk on the weekends for Ken's 5. He'll talk about what else is cooking outside of the San Antonio Spurs in local sports and then state sports like the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, I bet he's going to be busy with that. as the Cowboys get ready to go. But let's go and dive into it. The NBA has announced the schedule for the Spurs in-season tournament. This is the first time, everybody, that the NBA is doing it now. Circling back to why I said there's a reason why I'm doing this, is because the NBA has already experimented with in-season tournaments with one of their franchises / products, the NBA 2K League. This isn't new for the NBA's umbrella. Just like much of the G League experiments with rules and jerseys and different fabrics and basketballs, they actually use the experiment of an in-season tournament with their other product, which is the NBA 2K League. The NBA 2K League, Casey, has 3 in-season tournaments. So they seem how to learn and make it work and everything, at least on a very basic foundation. So now they're transferring that over to the NBA. You know what? Let's just get into it. Yeah. So the NBA has announced the in-season tournament, and basically it's really they're really just playing for cash, aren't they, Casey? That's what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Money. I don't have anything. Money, pride, ego.
Like, yeah. But it is, I think what's going to happen with this in-season tournament, I think it'll branch out the way I've seen so far in the NBA 2K League, like to other ones. I think this is just experimental, see how it works. Wouldn't be surprised if, as it continues, perhaps the stakes get higher, maybe to a playoff spot, like a 1 through 6, not a play-in spot, but a 1 through 6 spot. That, I think, if they add that element, Casey, I think you will see teams go at it. Yeah, your thoughts?
Yeah. That would really amplify the stakes of this thing, without a doubt. That's like that for me. That was just kind of when this was announced, and I'm gonna be devil's advocate here in just a second. When this thing was announced, I'm like, okay,
sure,
cool, guys. Like, there's no incentive. We win $500,000 to split.
Yeah, like,
how much money am I getting? No, I ain't getting anything. Like, what do I care?
Yeah.
LeBron and the Lakers win $500K. I don't care. But I will say this: every time Adam Silver and the NBA have come up with these outside of the box ideas, more often than not, I was like, this is really stupid. What are we doing? Like the bubble play-in version that they did. Remember, they did the little pool play. I was like, oh, this is really stupid. What are we doing?
I remember that.
But then remember, those games were really fun. I mean, the Suns played fantastic in some of those games too. And then the actual play-in tournament, one of those things too. I'm like, why don't they just go back to 1 through 8? No, the actual play-in. I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, I can't imagine the playoffs without it now. So I will be diplomatic in that sense. And I think that's what's going to happen with this in-season tournament. Remember, there was a lot of kind of friction against that. Fans, you, me, everybody's like, really? Is this really necessary? Right.
Casey, dare I say the play-in tournament sometimes can be more thrilling than the actual playoffs itself? I mean, I get jazzed about it now. So I think, and I think that you'll probably see that evolution with the in-season tournament. Right now, maybe they're playing for cash, but perhaps if it's a success, they will up the stakes, cash plus a play-in spot, and then maybe up it more a play-off spot. I think a play-in. I don't think they would do a full 1 through 6 spot. You don't think so?
Nah, I think that's just a little too steep. Yeah, but a
play-in spot,
a play-in. If you win and you're automatically in, you're automatically in as a 10, regardless of what happens. You secure that last spot in your goal, and you're in. I want to definitely see how players react to it. Why I'm not going to be surprised if you're going to see a lot of perhaps load management in those games. We're going to talk about the Spurs games in a bit, but I can see teams and clubs kind of like, whatever, Wemby. We won't just play for cash. You're going to be rich. You're already rich already with the endorsements and the contract you got. Do you want to just sit out for a while? Because if you're just playing for cash, these players are rich already. Look, I know money rules all, but God, I mean, I'm expecting very much what we saw with the play-in tournament. Remember when LeBron was so adamant against it? I think you might see that, but I just hope that.
I just see it going like that, Casey, like a lot of load management for those games.
Yeah.
Like Casey wants to load manage right now.
Yeah. I know.
But
I can't, like, I don't know when I look at some of these teams when they're planning this, they're planning. And again, I've been skeptical of everything that Adam Silver's done when it comes to thinking outside the box, and it's ended up working out. But if I'm just putting myself in their shoes, like you said, if I'm Pop, if I'm really any coach who's working with a guy who's going to take a fine amount of tuning, whether I'm Pop or whether I'm Darvin Ham trying to keep Anthony Davis on the floor.
Yeah.
The prospect of winning this tournament going to make me really want to alter the way I handle things come March, come April, when the games really matter, especially for a team like the Lakers. Not really.
No.
Not really.
If you're Denver, do you want Jamal Murray and Joker out there for that? No, you don't. The Spurs, Wemby, you want him out there? The list goes on and on. But we shall see. Look, the Spurs are in it, and like I said in the beginning, perhaps this could be a little incentive for a very young team to boost their confidence. And we're going to talk about that when we get back. Who are the Spurs playing? What group are they on? What does Vegas have to say about the Spurs in the in-season tournament? And Casey has some good news, I guess, about the games that they're going to be playing.
I do.
I know. It's something the Spurs haven't experienced in quite some time.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought you were saying I'm the bearer of good news. I was
the bearer of the good news. Yes.
False advertising, buddy. I have nothing for you.
He is Casey Viera. Follow him on Twitter at Casey_Viera. Again, when we get back, we're going to be looking at the Spurs in-season slate. Hey, I want to talk to you about FanDuel. Take your first swing at betting MLB on FanDuel and get 10 times, you heard that right, 10 times your first bet amount in bonus bets up to $200. It's a lot of money. That's right. Just bet $20 and you'll land $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. Check it out. That's $200 you can spend betting from everything from the money line to the over and under to who you think is going to be the first home run. All on an app that's safe, secure, super easy to use. Plus, when you win, you get paid instantly. I mean, what more can you want? Well, there's no better place to bet on MLB than on FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. I go there. I love they're looking at their NBA futures, their projections on the Spurs and Wemby. It's all there. You got to go to FanDuel right now. Sign up today. Visit FanDuel.com/LockedOnNBA and get up to $200 in bonus bets. That's FanDuel.com/LockedOnNBA. FanDuel, the official partner of Major League Baseball. We are back right here on Locked On Spurs with Casey Viera. Follow him on Twitter at Casey_Viera. And we are talking about the Spurs in-season tournament. And let's talk about their schedule. 4 games. And Casey,
4 of them.
There's actually going to be some games on TV? What? What is this?
Multiple.
What?
Dare I say 3 of the 4 games.
On TV.
That chair's bolted, buddy. I know. 3 of the 4 games. You want to talk about the Victor Wembanyama effect?
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. And do you have the slate in front of you?
I do.
All right. Who we got?
Minnesota, November 10th.
Okay.
That's not the televised game. 11-14 at Oklahoma City. That's a TNT game.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know when was the last time they were on TNT. The 2 that they had in recent memory, they were ESPN.
Yeah.
They had the play-in, the 2 playing games that they played in the Dome last year.
Yeah.
And this game's going to be fun.
Yeah.
11-17. It's a Friday night.
Ooh.
Sacramento coming to town.
Fun.
Mm-hmm. And then finally, this is a game not necessarily for the people living in San Antonio,
right?
Because it's on the road. This last game, Friday night, 11:24, prime time.
Yep.
At Golden State.
Fun times. Now, look, I believe the way the rules set up is if you fare well with these 4 games, you then advance to the actual, finals, which will be in Vegas. Shocker, Vegas, huh? Are they getting rid of that city for an NBA team? Maybe NBA Con, Summer League, now in season tournament.
Pop went up there and advocated for Seattle, and whatever he says goes. So Vegas, going to have to get in line. They're second in command. They're going to bring if they're going to bring in Seattle, they're going to bring someone.
Can you imagine if Vegas or any other city got it before Seattle? Oh my God, that would be brutal. But no, 4 games on the slate. They start off with Minnesota. I think they get a W there. Oklahoma City, that's going to be much watch TV because we're possibly seeing a rivalry, Holmgren versus Wembanyama. Now, they played before in international competition. I believe Wemby got the best of him, but
that's probably going to be their first meeting.
Right. Well, Well, the NBA schedule comes out later on this week. I think tomorrow. Yeah. But I'm circling that game. Of those 4, that's the game I'm going to watch because it's almost like the Thunder and the Spurs are on the same rebuild path. Perhaps the Thunder are a little ahead.
They're ahead.
I think the Spurs are the Thunder of last year, and then the Thunder have already made a step forward. Does that make sense?
That does make sense. I don't know if I agree, but general idea that I don't agree entirely, but the same sentiment, the same ballpark.
Yeah. The process. There you go. That's their process. They're following the same. But Wemby versus Holmgren, I think all their games should be on TV if they're going to be facing off each other because Holmgren is, the biggest competition and threat to the Rookie of the Year award for Wemby. Sure, there's Scoot, and I get that. He's in there. He's in there as well, but Chet looked pretty good in Summer League, didn't he, Casey?
I'm just thinking about it. Thunder are going to be good, man.
No, they're going to be really good.
They're going to be really good. I mean, that's going to be a conversation for different podcasts because I know nobody is tuning in to listen to the Thunder, but like between SGA and Giddey and Jalen Williams of Santa Clara and Chet Holmgren, whatever he can do. My goodness.
Forget about it. Yeah.
That team's going to be real good. Real good. But I want to see at least – I mean, we're lucky that we're in the market anyway, so we're going to see all the games, regardless of who it is. But at least they get one of that national TV. So
exactly. Cool. Kings, that one would be tough. That might be a tough out for the Spurs. I think that's going to be a very competitive game. I could see that going down to the wire.
I wouldn't be surprised if that – sorry to cut you off. That might be their first nationally televised home game.
For San Antonio. Not including the Dome game, right? So it'll be the first time the Frost Center is in a lot of eyes, television eyes. That Kings Spurs game, that might be very, very juicy to watch.
I mean, the Kings are juicy to watch, period.
Yeah. They are.
They're great. They're great TV.
Yeah.
They're fantastic TV.
And then finally the Warriors. Interesting. Let's just say maybe the Wemby learns a lot that day. Take it like that, everybody. Silver lining. Lessons learned, Wemby.
We're really going to see what happens when Wemby has to switch on the high screen and rolls and how he fares in some of this, especially in that Warriors game.
How often do you think teams are going to put him in that pick and roll situation? I think they're going to pick
and roll on that day. Yeah.
They're going to pick and roll
against the Kings. Yeah. With Fox. Yeah.
They're Thunder might do it too with SGA.
Thunder probably going to do it too as well. Yeah.
I think you're going to see a lot. And what better way for Wemby to learn how to deal with that than going against one of the best at it, and that is the Warriors. So, man, I got them 2-2. 2-2. I'm giving them Thunder, and I'm giving them Wolves. What do you got?
1-3.
The Wolves game, you got the 1?
Sacramento.
What? Really?
Because I think that's probably going to be the first home nationally televised game that they're going to have.
Yeah.
Friday night.
Yeah.
The Kings don't play any the Spurs don't play defense. Yeah. But the Kings don't play any defense neither. So if you get one of these nights where the shots are falling, that's going to be a fun game.
Yeah, and I think with Wemby now, the Spurs probably will be playing defense more. I mean, just his his impact alone. We saw it in the summer league, but yeah, I think that might be a fit. It's a pest for the Kings. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
In San Antonio, but wow. So okay, getting look good, and I think if you're Popovich, you probably want them to compete for that tournament to get them that high level experience. If for some reason they don't make the play-in tournament or miss out on the playoffs, there's some feel that perhaps this team wasn't reflective of its record last season and was way better because they were losing on purpose. You add Wemby, you have a bunch of players that took their lumps, and I think I'm going to save this for another episode of Locked On Spurs, but we haven't been talking about the Spurs' depth. They're pretty deep. If you really think about it, I mean, you have a choice right now, a 6-man between Keldon and Devin. One of those guys is coming off the bench.
What about guys 7, 8, 9, 10?
Well, you still have McDermott. There's a veteran presence there. I mean, a good steady force off the bench. Who else do you have? Who am I missing here? I know I'm missing. Oh, well, we'll talk about him in a bit.
You're missing here, Jeff.
Campaign. We'll be talking about Campaign in a bit. Reggie Bullock, solid veteran from Dallas. City Osman.
See, I don't really look moved by any of this at this current moment.
Yeah.
The Keldon starting thing, that's the big one. That's gonna have a conversation.
Yeah, that's the big one. But I mean, if your guys coming off the bench are just like whatever, Keldon, Reggie Bullock, and Campaign are just those three. That's not shabby. That's not horrible.
It's NBA veterans, NBA basketball players. I mean, guys 8, 9, 10 last year where half of them were on 10 days.
Yeah, they are. And I'm interested to see how Sissoko develops. He could be an X factor, I think, as the season goes on.
I hope we see him. I hope we do, but
you got him buried in Austin?
Yeah.
Wow.
Whose minutes is he gonna take?
Malachi. I forgot about Malachi. I'm not saying he's taking Malachi, but maybe we got Malachi off the bench too.
I mean,
maybe.
Yeah.
Possibly.
It ain't City Sissoko.
Yeah.
I'm excited about Malachi. See, look at this. No more Bryn Forbes lunchbox days for you. You're just like cataloging the content weeks and weeks and weeks out, man. Yeah. Right?
Now I can't do that anymore. Cannot do that anymore. Because now the Spurs are back to relevancy. That's why. I can't get away with it. You talk about Bryn Forbes lunchbox, but yet, whatever, Wemby drops a triple-double. What are we talking about on Locked On Spurs?
I don't think since I've been doing, and maybe this is the Casey Viera kiss of death here, but I don't think since I've been doing this, I mean, we're probably about 4 years now.
Yeah, about 4 years.
4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Spurs haven't been relevant at any point for the time of certainly as relevant as they are now, but ever since I've been coming on.
Yeah.
I don't know if what that says one way or another.
Yeah.
Point being, this is what happens when Jeff Garcia has things to talk about.
Now we have something to talk about Now we do after so long. Hey, we're going to continue talking about stuff, and that stuff going to be about Campaign. Maybe not getting on the right foot with Spurs fans. And let's just say Spurs fans are already saying, get him out. Get him out. What did he say? Did Spurs fans overreact? We'll talk about that when we get back right here on Locked On Spurs. But before I let Casey go, you've been to Mudslingers already yet lately, Casey?
Where's my? I used the tumbler today. Where is
the tumbler?
You know what? You do your spot.
Okay, go get the tumbler. I'll do my spot here. You want to go to Mudslingers Drive-Thru Coffee, proud locally owned company in San Antonio and a proud sponsor of Locked On Spurs. They have everything: latte, cold brews, their signature drink called the Mudslinger, which is espresso, caramel, dark chocolate. I mean, it is just really, really delicious. Get it right now. Over 300 5-star reviews, cannot be wrong. Located in the Stone Oak area if you're in San Antonio. open every day, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friendly staff. And there is the tumbler. Oh, you got the black one. I thought you got the red one.
This is navy.
Oh, it's the navy? Okay, well, regardless, look at that. And pick yourself up a great tumbler. They have them there at Mudslinger's.
I actually cheated. This was a gift to me.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Thank you.
Good one. Yeah, and Casey's is a good coffee drinker. He loves himself some coffee.
I do. So it's probably not good.
Probably not good, but it's good that he goes to Mudslingers to get that caffeine fix.
Hey, check this out, because I to small masses who probably know this, it was that when I'm not, giving you my wit and my charm on Ken's 5, I work in the education world.
That you do.
So when this thing runs, I guess what would be Wednesday?
Wednesday. Yeah.
You would still have all the day Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to get, I think the coffee was 25% off.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, and Mudslinger is coming out with like daily different varieties of drinks. Like they had a banana flavored one, they had a mocha one, and they even have 2 staples that are the Alien, which is the Wemby inspired one. Basically, it's just a lot of Red Bull.
I was going to say that's. Listen, they do the simple there very well.
Yeah,
I appreciate the ambition, but I like a cold brew, safe, easy. But hey, you know what? If you're all for that,
can you handle a full can of Red Bull?
Nah, not really. My thing is, I like the sugar-free Red Bull.
Oh, I see.
Because I'm a pretty healthy dude, but I like the taste of the sugar-free one better than I do the one with the sugar, which probably is not a good thing. It's like they say drinking Diet Coke is still just as bad. Yeah, whatever in there is just like equates to having diabetes or whatever. It's pick your poison. But I do like the smaller cans of Red Bull.
Yeah. Yeah, the Wemby inspired one is called the Alien. Basically, again, it'll get you going throughout the day. It's also part of their Red Bull infused lightning bolt series. So they have different varieties of the Wemby. I like the one splashed with strawberry flavoring. That tastes really good. That'll really get you going. Trust me, I know I've had that Red Bull infused lightning bolt series drinks plenty of times. You can find them on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Threads. The list goes on and on at Mudslinger SAT. Get yourself a tumbler. Get one. I have a red one. Casey got the blue one. So go get them. They got t-shirts there too. Friendly staff.
Yeah, I have a t-shirt somewhere too.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You do. Yeah. You do.
Sponsor me. Let's collab.
Yeah. 2404 Thousand Oaks Drive. Once again, they're at 2404 Thousand Oaks Drive in San Antonio. Go check them out. Life is too short for bland coffee. All right. Let's talk about campaign. Mr. Payne perhaps got off on the wrong foot with Spurs fans. He did a like an Instagram live chat, and he was reflecting about his trade from the Suns to San Antonio. And I'm paraphrasing here, Casey, but in a nutshell, he wishes he never was traded to San Antonio. This is the Suns, how much the Suns were on the verge of winning a title, and how he was a good fit for them. Not one time did he mention anything about his new home in San Antonio. Needless to say, Spurs fans got really ticked off. The memes started flying on social media. Get him out of here. Bye, Felicia. The whole thing. They want him out. You know what, Casey? I think the Spurs fans are overreacting.
Yeah, I have the quote.
Oh, you have the quote. Bring it up.
I have it handy. And I quote.
Hit it.
Man, I love Phoenix. I miss Phoenix already. I wish I was in Phoenix still. But hey, it is where it is.
Yeah.
They're trying to win a chip, and I respect it. I feel like they could have won a chip with me, though.
There it is.
Clearly, they disagreed.
Yeah, and he praised the Spurs, right? In that chat, probably didn't. I don't think he did. Nothing like I'm looking forward to playing with Wemby, with Pop. That's usually the go-to with the players. I can play with Pop.
He wasn't. Yeah, he didn't do it at Mutietta or eating chicken on a stick or coyote over his shoulder. There was nothing that really
nothing like that. So
there's nothing that implied.
Yeah, I get it.
Antonio.
I get. It's kind of similar to DeMar. when DeMar got traded. That's what it reminded me of. DeMar kind of had the same feelings, about getting traded from Toronto to the Spurs. He got over it, just like Payne will get over it. Who knows? Maybe Payne will not even be with the Spurs for long. There's that option too.
Right.
But, if he does stick around, we're talking about that depth a little while ago. There is even still that who starts debate. Is it Trey Jones? Is it Payne? There's that. So again, good problems for the Spurs to have. Still a solid veteran. Yeah. He's probably have to smooth things over with Spurs fans. Somebody's going to ask him on media day, hey, so about those comments, it's probably going to be Casey's going to ask him on media day, right?
Depends what kind of mood I'm in.
Yeah.
Depends how social media is that day. Depends if I'm triggered about something. Usually I'm not. Yeah.
But hey, before I let you go, Casey, going back to the play-in tournament, I know you picked 1 and 3. I picked 2 and 2. Vegas would agree with you. So Caesars Sportsbook released the odds on how the Spurs will fare at the in-season tournament. The Spurs are projected to finish last in the group. Last. Yeah. Not even be a factor at all.
You have each of those teams made the playoffs / play in. So is that anything?
Yeah. The Spurs odds are at a plus 6,000 to capture that tournament title. So not good. The favorite to win is Boston, in case anybody's interested. Plus 650 odds. So yeah, according to Vegas, they ain't gonna do well at all at the in-season tournament. So all this talk probably for nothing. Maybe Casey's right. Literally one win and done, and they're finished.
How many of those games? Here we go. ESPN's gonna. I'm just thinking. ESPN puts the Spurs in 3 nationally televised games. Wemby only plays 1. Spurs never getting invited back to dinner ever again.
Hey, you know what I'm also waiting for? For that one time some kid and his parents come from France to watch him play, and he's out.
Oh, you know what's going to happen.
Dang.
It's inevitable, though. That's
going to happen.
It's basketball in 2023.
Yeah. It's going to happen.
It's inevitable.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. Enjoy the Riverwalk. You ain't seeing Victor play.
Yeah. Enjoy. Go to Southtown or Riverwalk. Yeah, go see the future site downtown of the next Spurs arena.
I know.
But,
Weigh in on the debate. Is the downtown arena going to be right to keep Victor here?
I don't know if that. I mean, there was an interview that the one of the Spurs executives did about the new facility they're building, the practice gyms, and this was like about two off seasons ago.
Okay.
And I believe it was the Sports Business Journal, and this executive said that the Spurs franchise is hoping that a practice facility up state of the art will be enough to attract top tier free agents. So after all these years of San Antonio's existence, they're banking on a practice facility to help usher in better free agents.
I think they would. I think free agents coming here would prioritize playing with Victor Wembanyama more than.
I think so too. That's why they got it's going to be the same thing. Just like we saw with Tim Duncan, whatever you heard it in the Hall of Fame speeches. Did Jimmy say it's okay for me to be the point guard?
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander hits free agent in what are 3 years?
Yeah,
man, that. I can't wait. I can't wait to go to work every day at the Rock. Yeah. It makes it even better that Victor's here. Where do I sign, Pop?
Yeah. And whatever Victor wants, Victor's gonna get. That's coming. It's gonna come. And the good news is at least he's a little bit more media friendly, so unlike Tim Duncan who put the lockdown on everybody during his days.
I think we've already discovered that he is.
Yeah, he is. He didn't even say well, whatever. That's okay. We're getting off track here. We are done talking, everybody. Casey's got to go.
I was going to say it's been a minute, so it's been about 3 weeks since I.
Not for lack of trying to get you on.
No, it's not for a lack of trying.
Yeah,
it's busy at the Viera household.
Yeah, it is.
Busy days these days.
Busy days. Yes. But speaking of being busy, I'm pretty sure you're busy on the sports desk over at Ken's 5. Got Spurs coming up close soon, and then Cowboys and Texans. What's cooking?
What's cooking is that we are going to have quite a few Fridays here that are going to be quite problematic, having high school football.
Ooh.
And
Oof.
Spurs marquee games.
Good
on
luck.
3 consecutive Fridays, 2 of them in San Antonio, one of them being that nationally televised Sacramento game.
Wow.
But high school football is coming, so it's always good. Always
Yeah,
fun.
helicopter be going to all the stops. You guys are gonna be spread thin. You, Vinny, Nate, everybody.
I'm sure management can't wait to helicopter the sports team places.
It happens. So y'all need to be there. Judson and
Bernie. Yeah. I mean,
of course.
But
Casey only travels in helicopters. That's it. That's all he does.
I wish, man. I don't wish. I would rather drive. I would rather a driver.
And of course, as Casey mentioned, Cowboys and Texans and Spurs and high school football. The list goes on and on. Ken's 5 sports team will have it ready for you. And whatever they can't get to from their silver and black, I will get to it over in kens5.com/Spurs. So many good things going out there.
By the way.
Yes, sir.
Quick timeout and I did it behind the scenes, so I have to do it publicly.
Okay, what'd you do?
Get a collective applause for Jeff Garcia's work on draft night, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
All the stuff you may have seen on our airwaves, product of that guy. Sorry, I'm not the weather guy here.
Yeah, you're the weather guy, yeah. You need your monitors at the bottom corners. That's what you need.
I don't know how they do that, man.
I don't know. I tried it one time at my former home.
Yeah.
At News 4, and I couldn't do it.
I watched my buddy Shoptaw.
Yeah.
Ryan Shoptaw do this. And I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. And then you were out of the loop for personal reasons. And then when you got to work, that's when I got your text. You're like, are you the only one out there? It's like your text was like you just opened your eyes. I was like, yeah, I'm just here. And then you're like, all right, well, see what you can do. make lemonade out of lemons.
Hey, man, you did it.
Yeah. Yeah. See, a little insight view, everybody. There was a lost footage of me inside the Hall of Fame. It was supposed to be a lead-in, but I get it. And I really get why I didn't use it because it was loud. It was dark. It was last second. I had a security.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it was mildly pixelated.
Yeah. It was just last second, and it was a Hall of Fame security guard that was my cameraman. I just asked him. I go, can you just hold this? And we're gonna do this about 2 or 3 times till I get it right. And another behind the scenes thing that happened that day. So he has no problem. He's cool. He's down. There were other patrons of the Hall of Fame that were there. They were watching me. So I had 2 guys on my left and like a family on my right. And I did one take, the take that you saw that I sent you. And the 2 guys on my left they started chiming in. They were like helping me. They were like, no, that was good. That was good. They were like the director. That was fine. Go with that one. I don't think you need to do one. The other family.
It was good. Yeah.
Yeah. The other family on the other side were like this. That's good. That's good. I said, are we all good? And then
you didn't curse. You didn't cry.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I
wasn't able to get that part on the air, but I did promote.
Yeah.
That.
No. And it's fun because I got to meet new fans. I got to meet new people. We got a great story that Casey featured this past weekend about a former San Antonio Silver Stars staffer that worked with Becky. I shared a piece of that with you, so you can get that on the air.
I did, but that's your find.
So I just did like half and half. So fair. I gave Casey 50%, and I kept the other 50%. So if you want to see the other 50%, it is on kens5.com/Spurs right now. And make sure to subscribe to Locked On Spurs wherever you get your favorite podcast, Google Play, Stitcher, iTunes, Kens5 Plus app. Follow Casey on Twitter at Casey_Viera. We'll be back likely Friday. We'll be talking about the Spurs schedule. It gets released tomorrow. So who do they open up with? How is that road trip looking like? How many games will Victor sit out? Probably a lot. That and much more right here on Locked On Spurs. So for Casey Viera, the man with the plan, the man you want to go to for all things San Antonio sports.
I never have a plan. I never have a plan.
That is true, everybody. I've known Casey for a long time.
I just tackle the day the second I wake up.
Before I let you go, Casey, I always wanted to tell you this.
Uh-oh.
When I see you do your job on Kens 5, and I see you do this here, like you're the exact same person. Like you don't put on any type of you're the exact same delivery, the exact same everything. So when I watch when you give me a heads up about the piece you put together for me,
right,
the Hall of Fame stuff, I was like, no, that's just Casey on Locked On Spurs. That's
Yeah.
it. That's all it is.
All about genuity, man. You know.
Yeah.
Try to be the same guy. What you see is what you get, except on the weekends, a little bit more makeup. That's it.
Exactly.
You got a little too much shine on this dome right here.
Again, make sure to watch Casey on Ken's 5 TV every weekend, holding down the sports stats. But for Casey Viera, I am Jeff Garcia. We're going to put a lock on this episode of Locked On Spurs.